Hi, Internet comments. Today we are going to review the quotes of the famous internet personality Sneako. We are going to see if they have a net positive effect when we combine all of what is said with what path it will lead a living being onto. Net positive occurs when an entity has an impact that is more positive than negative overall. So, we are going to get into it.
Social media has provided has made the average woman way happier than the average man. The average man is like,
Right.
and I would say men have it harder just based off the fact that like girls can walk around saying that they're tens. Like the inflated self-esteem.
So, immediately walking around saying that they're tens. Immediately, there is a problem. The author of this quote, Sneako, says there is a problem with these people right here saying that they are tens. Now, he's claiming that there is a false narrative that they are tens. However, the problem here is we do not have a definitive measurement system to measure looks. So as you can see here, uh, measures today include such factors as temperature, luminosity, pressure, and electric current. It once considered blah, 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 but the whole point here is basic to the whole idea of weight and measures are the concept of uniformity, units and standards. Uniformity, the essence of any system of weight and measures, requires accurate, reliable standards of mass and length and agreed on units. So here is the problem. We do not have agreed on units. Now you can say you have standards. I ain't going out with no, and then you say some type of person that you have a stereotype about and you do not like. But that is not a agreed on unit or a proper standard that we can all agree on collectively as a society. So we must agree on a societal level. Now, I love punk indie girls who sing primarily about mountains and freedom. However, I know all of my friends hate that, and usually they would vomit rather than even shake their hand. So, the thing is, we are all different. So, to claim there is truthy and falsy values in relation to looks and sort of that people would have to put themselves into a percentile. So here I also written about, he's talking about when they are saying they are a 10, they are, there's a claim that they are putting themselves into these percentile systems. So we are not computers. You cannot expect somebody to perfectly analyze themselves in relation to other people to find exactly which percentile they are placed in going by their looks, where better looks, in this case, would equal a higher percentile. It's a difficult thing to measure, even if you have an average number to go by. And even then, we must first decide what the number is from 1 to 10%. Do they present a percentile in society based on what the entire planet of living beings would give you of a data value? So, and also, when we have a number range to go by, it's not like it will automatically be that we find an average that is in the middle of that number range. Let's take this. Okay, wait, this is a bit much. If you take a bunch of tables and you say to the people who create tables, you say, I want a lot of tables. I want tables from 1 to 100 centimeters. Give me tables that ranges in width from 1 to 100 centimeters. They can give you tables that are only between 80 to 100. They can just decide on that. So that can happen. And in that case, the average table would not be 50 centimeters, although for the range, that would be the middle, right? For the range, 1 to 150 would be in the middle, as well as with 1 to 10, 5 would be in the middle. So that's the thing. We can have intentions, and humans can make up a range where we rate each other, and the middle wouldn't be right in the middle, because we have sort of a base value that is very hard to fall underneath. So before we decide what rating people are given and we talk about that, we must have a true data value derived from a majority scientifically accepted method of measuring. We do not have that, and thus we cannot demand certain numbers from certain people, as we lack any mutual scientific method to hold their argument against. And thus we are without true or false values. We do not have any data values that derive from a majority majority place. Obtain something from a specified source, and in this case, a specified source must be a society at large agreed upon standard. We need the standards. What was it that we found here? We must have we must have agreed on units. So if we move onwards, and I was also going to do that around 140
that's
here.
coming, you don't realize it. That's why you said here confidently, I'm a 10. But that you can really break that down and realize like no average guy is going to come in here and say, I'm a 10. They're going to be like, well, guys. No. And you said based off looks, why would I rate my look lower than a 10? I'm sorry, I can't do it.
So again, here's the point. They continue to debate this abstract term that is looks and humans' opinions or just living beings' opinions about that. And it is all very relevant and very subjective. So to claim that there is a true value obviously is leading people onto a blind path, a path of nothing. And when it comes to if this has a net positive effect, the big problem here is that very often humans cannot change their looks to a certain extent. It is very limited how much you can change in relation to a lot of other things in life. So when we come at quotes and we try to inspire and we have a public debate, what we want is to evolve the world into a better place and to help living beings, evolve, develop certain rhythms, habits, and things that can lead them onto a more true place, a place that is more true to their destiny of choice, something that can help everybody and create, enrich the ecosystems so that we can all help each other. All living beings can help the other living beings forward. So here there is very limited room to change and evolve and create colors, and therefore I cannot give a very high score to these quotes. I wanted to point out these quotes because it is something that can come from ego. To go after something on humans that is very hard for them to change is often a very shallow commentary. It's very shallow jibber jazz. Okay, so we cannot rate this quote very highly. It does not serve to elevate society at large or to create a more modern society that can help the ecosystem evolve. And also it claims to have true and false values that derive from a agreed upon data system, a agreed upon score system. Problem being, there is nothing like that in this parameter. In this area, there is nothing like that. So I must say this is unproductive. The constructive criticism is non-existent, and we must find something where we are able to change what we are being critiqued for. And also, it is good for people to have good self-confidence. To be confident is great. That can help us. We must all be fair, and to tell people you can tell the truth about them when there is no standard measuring system or no standard we agree upon in that field. That is coming in with bad intentions, and you lack the authority to do something as horrible as to put people down based on a false narrative. This quote is horrible, horrible, horrible. We are not pleased today. We are not happy, and we are not done with our chase. We are still chasing for the perfect quote. We are riled up. We are hungry. Internet comments.